What's up, everybody? Schmoedown again. Earlier today I've watched the Molly Damon versus Adam the Razor Witt Star Wars tournament match of the Schmoedown. Now it's time to jump back into the Innergeekdom on the YouTubes instead of the Switchness. Not the Switch, Twitch. What am I even saying? So yeah, the Innergeekdom tournament. Brandon the Hitman Hanna versus Saul. No other nickname required. He's just Saul. Now, as you can see, I'm wearing my SCN t-shirt with, hoodie with the Attack Peter design on the back. I'm not gonna turn around to show you guys. I've uploaded a video about it earlier today or yesterday. I don't even know when I'm gonna upload this one, but yeah, I just figured I'm gonna wear this hoodie to every single Schmoedown match I'm gonna watch going forward because I just love this thing. And yeah, so obviously this match is a few weeks old, probably. So you guys probably already know who won. I don't. That was one thing I have been able to avoid the spoiler for. Now, it opens with this big disclaimer that this thing is pre-recorded and it has Robert Meyer Burnett in it. And yeah, it's unfortunate what happened with Robert Meyer Burnett, but this is not neither the time nor the place to talk about that. So I'm just here to watch the match and enjoy it. Hopefully Saul can crush this annoying little kid, but I doubt it. So let's just watch the match and see who wins and who loses, regardless of what happened with either of the side's managers. Schmoedown! This disclaimer is gonna disappear soon. Hope you guys can see the
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Innergeekdom tournament, and this is what it's all about. You talk about drama. People love the trivia, I know. But you talk what makes a Schmoedown special. It's these rivalries, Mark. And boy, do we have one here today when Brandon, the Hitman Hanna, who has turned his back on everyone, he is going to be facing the Den's unknown Saul.
Yeah, Christian, good to be back with you as always. I consider you king of the Wicker people. And as far as Brandon Hanna goes, I mean, the guy's been lighting pretty much everybody related to the Schmoedown in any capacity on fire. No one has escaped his wrath other than your immediate family and my dog Molly. I think that this guy, has he lost his mind, or is he just that confident, or is it a little bit of a mix of both? And when you talk about losing your mind and overconfidence, the conversation probably stops and then begins again with Saul, who I met in New York, had no idea who he was. He used to call into your show from time to time, and now look at him. He's here competing in an Innergeekdom match.
He is. There's so much drama behind this, and if you rewind all the way back to last season, where Brandon Hanna started to show us a peek behind the curtain when he pulled one on the Horseman. John Roca had asked him to join the Horseman. He said, yeah, absolutely, I'll join. And then a week later, he told both Burnett and Guy that he would join their family. They dropped him like a bad habit, and he, then what happened was wind up getting into the draft, and Kate Mulligan took a shot at him and took him into their faction. He had a match against his bitter rival, Chandru, the Chosen. Chandru won that one, and Brandon was left soured. It was because this tournament was announced. There were two people that were going to be chosen by the Den, and Kate Mulligan put her two people, and her two people were Ben Goddard and Saul. Brandon Hanna was not on that list, and that made the Hitman salty.
And now we have this matchup, Christian, and you look at it and you always wonder, okay, how is a rookie going to perform in the league? But I also have questions about Brandon Hanna because he took that loss so personally when he fell to Chandru. He played a great game. He just came up on the short end of the stick. So is he going to be able to rebound under the bright hot spotlight? Because Saul is coming in here, Christian. The guy really has nothing to lose, in my opinion.
We know nothing about him, and that was where Brandon Hanna, that was why I think he was so offended. It was like, he loves to talk about his 80% accuracy. He loves it. It's his hashtag 80%. He loves it. It's what he swears by, 80%. And so he talked to Kate he told Kate and Grace, I demand a trade. I want to be out. And where do you go when you want to trade somebody? Robert Meyer Burnett. He'll trade you his grandmother if you want. So he trades everybody. So this is what happened. And Robert Meyer Burnett said, come on home, kid. Come on home. And for some reason, these two worked together. And now Burnett did not have an IG player that he was ready for. And now he's banking everything on Hanna. And Hanna is a good player. Hanna is a very good player. The question is, what does Hanna care about? Does Hanna care about what everyone else thinks about him? Does Hanna care about nicknames or signing autographs? Or does Hanna want to be the Innergeekdom champion? Saul, on the other hand, has a fire in him. If Saul's any good, if Saul can play Innergeekdom the same way that he can cut a promo, I'll tell you right now, we could be looking at the next Kalinowski or the next Robert Parker. But we don't know if he knows anything. We don't know if he knows Apollo Creed from, who knows, Frodo Baggins' grandfather's sister's uncle. I have no idea. All I know is that Saul wants to play.
Okay, clearly you have not done your research because Apollo Creed actually is Frodo's grandfather's sister's cousin. So, look, Christian, if answering questions is a matter of beard length, then I have Saul by a country mile. But Brandon Hanna, 80%, look, it's not going to get you into Wake Forest, but it is a great completion percentage for a quarterback, and it is amazing to have that in the Schmoedown. Yeah. Will he continue that B- average here today? We're about to find out.
We are going to find out. And like I said, I could tell you all day long of how this heated rivalry came to be, but we're going to show you right now.
Where do you want to go next in Innergeekdom?
I just want to keep competing at an elite level, and I want to work my way back up to the top. I can guarantee whoever I play next is in for a really bad day, because I'm not going to miss.
Boom! YouTube ad. I hate the YouTube ads. Back to the ring.
Brandon Hanna has been traded for James White from the Burning Druids. This is the official trade. Brandon Hanna is leaving the den. He has been traded for James White.
Frustrated. It's a word that's been, I don't know, it's been on my mind.
To yes. Kate, what is her reaction to Brandon's comment saying that he's looking forward to burning down the den?
Saul, Kate, the den. The holy trinity of having your head shoved so far up your own rear end you can't see what's right in front of you. Well, I'll tell you what's right in front of you. Judgment Day.
Here's what I've been trying to tell you, though, as your friend, Brandon, is to stop worrying and whining and talking about everyone who's wronged you. You have lost 2 back-to-back matches. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, if you lose this match, it is done for you. I ask you, what do you have your plan for Saul? And I want to hear it right now, out of the hitman's mouth.
This is a big moment for me to prove to the entire league, to the audience at home, that you really are morons.
Wake up! Okay, I didn't mean to startle you, but you're probably not out listening to Brandon monotonous man Hanna drone on and whine like he always does.
Saul's a big question mark. We don't know. We just hear him on call in.
And like, if he's gonna dabble in Innergeekdom, you better be ready, dude.
Good luck, brother.
Shh. We wrap things up today. Brandon, the IG has passed you by. The den has passed you by. It's just about over. The only thing we got left is to put you in the ground.
And I'm going to take out this Conor McGregor wannabe. He thinks he could just come in here, pump up his chest, talk a big game without ever playing a match.
Yeah, I would have, on draft day, I would have been a much better singles player than I would have been an IG player. That is a long time ago now.
Because you tell everyone you don't know anything about me. I'm the guy who takes this away from you. I'm the guy who makes you pay for your sins. You're a never was, because you're supposed to be a never was. Because you don't care enough. Because you don't have the heart to do what it takes to win.
I don't care what you think you've heard on Schmoedown Backstage, on whatever Reddit thread you're reading today, but I'm not afraid of any of these idiots. I'm going to show to the world that I'm the real deal. I'm going to burn the place to the ground, starting with all the people who are the real jokes of this league.
On the den, we're lions. You put something in front of us, moments later, there's a blood stain. That's how we deal with our problems. Keep whistling through the graveyard, Brandon. Because when people do that, their story always ends in that graveyard, just like yours is about to.
So good, I don't even care it was that long. That's what she said.
You see what I'm talking about, Mark? That is intense. That is, I mean, between Kate and the relationship that they had with Hanna and the way that Grace and they kind of nurtured him. I talked to Grace. Grace told me the other day where Kate's like, yeah, we had some conversations and he wasn't happy, but he's going to do his. Grace said the kid's a loser. Let's get him out of my face. She does. Grace, you can't. Grace has no heart. She's not going to be like, oh yeah, poor guy. She's like, screw him. Let's bring in Saul. Who's going to dominate this loser. That's
Hanna lighting up Twitter in a controversial way not seen since Popeyes introduced the chicken sandwich.
He turned on everybody, Mark. He turned on his good friend Kevin Smets. If you looked at his show and what happened there, he turned on everybody. He turned on Janine, turned on Call to Action. He's turned on everybody. And now teaming up with the lights somehow, Brandon Hanna and Burnett have made Grace Hancock likable. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. All right. So with that being said, we're going to bring in said managers, Robert Meyer Burnett, Grace Hancock, and Kate Mulligan. Guys, this is something. Robert, look at the smile on your face. Robert, I have to ask you, man, myself included, everyone said you didn't know what you were doing, that you were going to be in dead last. Well, you certainly aren't in dead last. You've made some big moves, some good moves. You picked up Ken Knapsack in Star Wars, who Grace said was washed up in Star Wars, who Grace says that Sean Sullivan was the better competitor. She said this about Ken. So how do you feel going into this match with Brandon Hanna and Saul?
Well, to be honest, last year with the family, I felt I didn't get to know Brandon very much. I didn't know what he was really doing as part of the family, but I knew that he had something inside of him. He had a soulful nature that came straight out of hellfire itself. And I knew if there was some way that I could put this to use to make it work, I was going to figure that out. Now, the Lord works in mysterious ways. Who knew that I would get my hellfire burning soul back in such a strange way, such a strange turn of events? But you know what? When our little den mother over there agreed to trade him to me, I knew the fates were smiling on me again, and it was just the beginning of what I thought was going to be the resurrection of the Burning Droogs for the latter half of this season. And I don't know what Saul's going to do. Honestly, I don't know. And I'll admit, man, I have bet it all. I've bet it all. I think Warfather's a great player, too. Let's not count him out. But I think that Brandon Hanna is going to be the man that he's got a fire in his belly. He's tired of being made fun of. And I've never seen anyone burn down every single bridge they could possibly have had ever in their lives the way he did just the other day. I was in awe of his promotional ability. My God, well done. Well done.
We know that you're very proud of him. Now, Kate, I got to ask you, I know that you and Brandon were pretty close when he was on the Den. You chose not to put him in this tournament. Yeah. You've explained why on many shows, but with Brandon, he's been taking shots at you. He's been taking shots at everybody. How do you feel about Brandon Hanna and how this thing is going to go down here today?
The last time I bragged about 80%, I can't even tell you. 80%'s a B minus. You know what I'm saying? 80%. That's your hashtag? How about won a match? So I gotta tell you, I don't know if it's the Apple Teeny talking or what. I wish I felt nervous about this. Also, real quick, want to clarify with RMB. When you say you bet it all, it's just a bunch of DVDs? Is that what you bet on this match?
4Ks, babe. DVDs. What is this, 2006?
I don't know what's
Come on, man.
All right. Well, Grace, Kate is, I guess being nice. We know how she felt about Hanna. You don't care about Hanna. Did you ever?
No.
I mean, it's almost like asking me, do I care about vanilla wafers? I don't. And I think that they end up where they're supposed to be a lot of the time. Look, 80%. Good luck, kid. This is not an 80% group, okay?
You have to beep you on that one, but that's fine. You are the lioness, so I'll give you one.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna charge her for that one later. We got to swear jar in the den.
That is fair. Look, this is something big. I know nothing about Saul. I know that. I mean, I know him from conversations. If he's any good, you look like a genius. If he's terrible, then it looks like the Droogs will have the last laugh here, and Brandon Hanna will really want to put this to you guys. But we're about to find out. Any last words there, Captain, to Grace and the den before we get out of here?
Listen, I would not want to besmirch I don't want to besmirch any reputations here. I will allow my players to besmirch their reputations by destroying them in a match. That's all I can say. And you know what? We always get the last word in because we're always like at the end of the line because no one believes in us. I expect that after this match, everyone will believe in us. Everyone will be wearing a bowler hat that's on fire, and they will join greatness and understand what the Burning Droogs mean to the leagues, and more especially what we mean to ourselves, which is greatness.
All right.
I just want to say, Saul doesn't have a last name that anybody knows. So I got to tell you, I'm excited about what this man of mystery's got in store.
Well, we're about to find out. All right, I'd like to thank Grace and Robert and, of course, Kate Mulligan. Look, man, you can already tell the managers are heated up. They are ready to go. This is going to be pretty intense.
Hey, Christian, we just got classic Lioness with a well-timed F-bomb. We got classic Robert Byron Burnett saying he's going to let his competitors have the last word and then rambling on for 3 more paragraphs. And we got classic Mulligan, too, because we got another Chicago pronunciation that amused me. Hashtag.
Yeah, hashtag win a match. All right, well, I'm ready to get going. I'm as a fan, I want to see this match because I'm so curious about Saul, and I'm so curious about what the hell Brandon Hanna is going to do. There, you said before, by the way, that Saul has nothing to lose, right? Saul has something to lose but if he puts up a fight, and still loses, he's still got a career in this thing. Brandon Hanna has lost his last 2 Innergeekdom matches. He is 2-2. He started off hot at 2-0. He has, as Robert Meyer Burnett said, he has burned every bridge. If he loses after all this smack talk, he's in serious trouble.
All the pressure is on Brandon Hanna right now, Christian. I don't even know if he has any facial hair to sport, but I know that Saul, if he loses today, he has a great career ahead of him as a lawn ornament.
Well, well done. All right. So with that, I will ask you, Mark, you ready to let go? You ready to let go?
Give me that throat, boy.
Let's let go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. 3 rounds in the Innergeekdom tournament. Introducing first, representing the Den, making his Schmoedown debut from the mean streets of New York. This is Saul. There he is, Saul. Saul, how are you feeling, my man? You are here, your debut. You want to be doing this for a long time. You're debuting, and not only are you debuting, you're debuting against Brandon Hanna. How you feeling?
Feel good. I feel as good as I can be. I'm just ready to go. I'm ready.
Anything to say about Brandon Hanna? You know, there's some choice words between you two over the last couple of weeks on Twitter, and I mean, you created a Twitter account just to post videos about this guy. So any words about him that you want to say before he's here, or you want to wait until he gets here?
Congratulations on letting it all burn down, because I'm about to turn you into ash.
All right. So with that, Saul, we'll see in just a second. Saul is here, and his opponent, representing the Burning Droogs, with a record of 2 wins, 2 defeats, he is Brandon the Hitman Hanna. There he goes. I can hear people booing you from the other side of the computer. I can hear people booing. How are you doing?
Well, I mean, let them boo me. I don't really care. I'm doing great. Obviously, I'm here to play Saul. Kate's somewhere backstage. Hi, Kate. Yeah. Let's. I mean, I'm here to do what I said I was gonna do because I'm a man who, like my manager Robert Meyer Burnett, preaches the truth. I'm here to knock that idiot out.
All right. Well, here is said idiot. You have Saul. Saul, any words? Anyone response here to Brandon Hanna?
I got a lot of answers for Brandon, and I'm about to show you and all of them through the match. Let's go. I'm tired of your jaw. I'm sick and tired of talking. Let's play now.
All right. Well, we have Saul and Hanna. You can feel it, Mark. You can feel the tension. You can cut the tension with a knife, as they say. I am ready to go. Spicy indeed, says our own editor. Nerd Chronic. Eric, you are right, my friend. This is going to be something to see. All right, Mark, rules of round number one.
I feel bad that we have to go to the rules now before we get it on, but just give me a quick second here. So in round number one, gentlemen, this is the Innergeekdom world. So you're going to have 10 questions from 10 different corners of Innergeekdom know-how. Each question's worth 1 point. There is no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number one. As soon as we ask the question, you have 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer on whatever sort of tablet you have in front of you with whatever sort of utensil you prefer to write with. Once we ask you by name, first name, because we don't know all of your last names, just please show what you wrote to the camera at the same time you verbalize your answer into your microphone of choice. Like I said, no penalty for missing a question, no stealing. Each competitor has 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the 3-round match. If you're not sure you heard a question right, you want us to repeat it, you want to buy yourself more time, use the JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge to be used by your manager at any point throughout the duration of the match. Christian, it's all yours.
All right. So we ask Saul, are you ready?
I am ready.
Brandon Hanna, are you ready?
Ready.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! That's right, 3 rounds, ladies and gentlemen, and here is the first question in the realm of Innergeekdom. MCU. Here we go. In the final scene of The Incredible Hulk, who visits General Ross at the bar?
Tony Stark.
Christian, I always advise people not to get too excited or disappointed with their Twitter follower number. Do you think Brandon Hanna's gained or lost followers since this tirade he's been on?
I don't think he cares. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we start with Saul.
Tony Stark.
Yes, it is. Brandon Hanna.
You're right. I don't care, and it's Tony Stark.
Yes, there you go. Tony Stark it is. 1-1.
All right, gentlemen, moving on to your next question. This is in the world of Star Wars, that galaxy far, far away. Your question: in The Force Awakens, Maz Kanata says, whose shadow is spreading across the galaxy?
This one I would know this one, I think.
I think I would too. I would also know any questions you have, Christian, about the Alec Baldwin film, The Shadow.
I'm about to tell you, but I can't. 5, 4, 3.
Good movie.
2, 1. Pens down. And Brandon.
That would be The First Order.
Yes. Saul.
Snoke.
That is incorrect. All right.
Yes.
So Hanna finds himself 1-1, and I see a big grin from Robert Meyer Burnett on the other side of the computer. All right. Next question. Next question here. Middle Earth. In the 2 Towers, what does Gollum warn Frodo and Sam not to follow in the Dead Marshes? Now, this one I would know because I watched the movie recently.
The faces.
Did you? You watch it with the kiddos? What'd they think?
Well, not the kiddos, just one. It was. I don't want to give anything away right now.
Did your wife hang in with those movies?
She likes it. Yeah, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we start with Saul.
The lights.
Yes, sir. And Brandon.
That would be Don't Follow the Lights.
Yes, sir. All right. 3-2. The Hitman still has the lead here. Mark, next question.
Don't follow the lights, but feel free to hit the lights. Your next question is in the world of DC movies. Who plays Dr. Chase Meridian in the film Batman Forever?
Nicole Kidman.
Christian, were you already done with your high school slow dance days by the time this movie came out? Because Seal had a great song that you could really get up close and personal to.
I did. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pens down, and Brandon Hanna.
That would be Nicole Kidman.
Yes, it is. And Saul?
Nicole Kidman.
Saul's hanging in there. We see ourselves 4-3, just that one miss from Saul, but he's 1 point behind the Hitman as we get to number 5 here. Marvel films. Marvel. Ian Grufford plays what Marvel superhero in 2 films?
Mr. Fantastic.
Christian, Saul, very good handwriting so far. Brandon Hanna's handwriting, immaculate.
Yeah, well,
Some of the best I've ever seen.
Pretty good. Not going to lie to you. And we go to 5.
Great comment, Christian.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And we get 2. Saul.
Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic.
Yes. Brandon Hanna.
That would be Mr. Fantastic.
Yes. Okay. Next question there, Mark.
All right, gentlemen, we find ourselves at the halfway point of round number 1. Brandon still in the running for a perfect round. If he achieves that feat, then he's going to be asked a bonus question, but we still have 5 more queries before we get there. Your next one is in the wizarding world, presumably of Harry Potter.
Yes.
The Harry Potter franchise. What is the first name of Professor McGonagall?
Minerva.
There's no chance I get this one, I'll tell you that.
Someone in my family was Professor McGonagall for Halloween this past year.
I'm very proud of them. 5, 4.
Bunch of nerds.
3, 2, 1. Brandon Hanna.
That would be Minerva.
Yes, it is. And Saul?
Minerva.
Big pull by Saul. Big pull, big move. Saul showing he can hang here, only down 1 point as we get 6-5. Hitman still has not missed. Next question. Star Trek. The Borg Queen appears in what Star Trek film?
First Contact.
Brandon Hanna misses this one. Burnett will dump him.
Robert Meyer Burnett, one of the most celebrated voices in Star Trek punditry.
He is indeed.
He loves Into Darkness. That's his favorite of all time.
5, 4. He's screaming at the computer. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And Saul.
First Contact.
Yes, sir. And Brandon.
That would be Star Trek First Contact.
Yep. Okay. So far, 7, 6, 7, 6. Brandon has a 1 point lead over Saul as we get to number 8.
And that corresponds to the world of the DCEU. And your question, in the post-credit scene of Justice League, the Joss Whedon version, what villain arrives to join Lex Luthor on his yacht?
Deathstroke.
Okay, Christian, I'm going to give you a day. Lex Luthor says, do you want to come hang out on the yacht? Do you go?
No.
Me neither.
It might just be free drinks.
Because I don't know which Lex Luthor is. 5, 4.
Great.
3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And we go with Brandon Hanna.
That would be Deathstroke.
It is Deathstroke. And Saul?
Deathstroke.
Wow. Wow. I like this fight. I like the fights before. It is a scrap. It is a scrap that we thought it was going to be. Here we go. Number 9. Heroes and Villains. What late night talk show lent his host voice to the Riddler in the Lego Batman movie?
Man, writers really came to play with this one, and they're throwing a good mix of questions in here.
I like what we got here. I like the challenges. I like the way that they're really making these guys work. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Saul.
Conan O'Brien.
Yes. Brandon.
Really?
That would be Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, he did. He didn't miss that one. Brandon Hanna is perfect. That accuracy rate is doing him some justice because it is 9-8. He has an opportunity to get a perfect round here should he get this question right. But Saul's not only 1 point behind. 9-8 as we get into this last question, Mark.
And Christian, that last question, the world of mixed bag. Reach your hand in. Could be Star Wars, could be Star Trek, could be a dead lizard. Here's your question. You'll find Colonel Stars and Stripes, as portrayed by Jim Carrey, in what 2013 film?
Kick-Ass 2?
Christian, speaking of late night talk show hosts, who is your GOAT? Who's your favorite of all time?
Ken Knapsack. 5.
Good choice.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pen down. And Brandon.
That would be Kick-Ass 2.
That is a perfect round, my friend. And Saul.
Kick ass too. Are we allowed to say that on the air?
You can for now. Yeah, it's true. All right, look at this. It is a scrap, 10-9, but Brandon Hanna did get absolutely nothing wrong. So he is going to get one question. Brandon, you do not have to write this one down. This is just for you. So we're going to ask you this question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. In the film Batman Returns, who plays the Penguin's father?
Paul Rubens. Come on. Miss.
5, 4,
Miss.
3, 2, 1.
I'm not going to pull it. It's Pee Wee Herman, but I don't know his real name.
Paul Rubens is his name. Paul Rubens is his name, but you missed that one, but you still have a 1-point lead over Saul here as we get into round number 2. Mark, it is the fight we hoped it would be. Round number 2, how does it go?
It's so exciting, Christian, not just because I would be 1-0 up on Brandon Hanna if that was the only question so far. In round number 2, this is known as the wheel round. And yes, the electronic wheel, it's back, and it's better and shinier than ever. So round number 2, each competitor is going to get a spin at that there wheel. Once you settle on a category, you are going to have 5 questions from said category. And I am pleased to announce that the entire wheel for today's match is sponsored by a patron whose beard might rival Saul's, Jeremiah Morris. How about a hand for Jeremiah wherever you're watching the country? Just make some noise in your little apartment or mansion for Jeremiah Morris. If you want to have your name mentioned in an upcoming match, check out the Schmoedown Patreon today and select which tier is right for you. So Jeremiah's wheel, he wanted to slice his Star Wars and mixed bag definitely on that wheel. So those could be categories that one of our competitors spins. Each question is going to be worth 2 points. There's no penalty for missing a question. However, stealing is available in round number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes from 2 down to 1. So Christian, with Brandon Hanna enjoying a very narrow lead, maybe narrower than some of us might have surmised, 10-9, he is going to get to choose whether he wants to spin first or second. So let's bring in Brandon and his manager, Robert Meyer Burnett of the Burning Droogs, to have a little consultation.
All right, guys, hold on for a second. I'm just going to drop both Saul and Kate out. You guys can talk it out. You have about 15 seconds to talk it out about what you want to do.
Well, what an incredible match! First of all, I'm overjoyed, Brandon. That was amazing. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
What do you want to do? How do you feel? I don't want to interrupt your.
I would like to spin first.
5.
Then first it is, my friend.
4.
There can be only one, and that's
3.
you.
You going first, Brandon?
Going first.
All right.
I love it.
Great coaching. Thank you, Robert Meyer Burnett. All right. So, actually, you know what? You should be here for this. All right. So here is the wheel. Robert Meyer Burnett and Hanna have chose to go first. All right. Here we go. Here's the spin.
All right.
Spin is in. Robert Meyer Burnett, a captain in McHale's Navy. And that is the Wizarding World.
I'll stick with it.
Nice.
All right, so we are gonna drop you out of here, Burnett. We're gonna bring Saul back in. Saul, I need your hands exactly where they are right now. That's right. So, Saul, remember you can steal on these if Hanna misses. All right, Mark, you want to go ahead and ask these questions?
Christian, you know how much I love Harry Potter. Nothing would be a greater honor.
All right, here we go.
All right, Brandon. This is the Wizarding World, so it could be about Harry Potter or those other 2 dreadful movies. God forbid. Your question. For 2 points, who took on the post of Potions Master at Hogwarts in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince?
Horace Slughorn.
That would be Horace Slughorn.
Some say the Horace Grant of that world. You are correct for 2 points.
Well done, Brandon Hanna, as he has not missed besides the bonus question.
That's right. Brandon, your next question for 2 more points. Who plays Professor Lupin in the Harry Potter series?
David Thewlis.
That would be David Thewlis.
And magnificently so. 2 more points, Christian. His lead has grown to 5 points. And Brandon, your third question for 2 more. What location served as the headquarters for Dumbledore's army during Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix?
The Room of Requirement.
That would be the Room of Requirement.
Wow.
Come and go room. Correct.
Well done so far. Here we go. Next one. Last one. No, 2 more. 2 more.
2 more. Your penultimate question. In Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald, what is the name of the ruthless bounty hunter who is revealed to be a follower of Grindelwald?
Oh, that guy. Multiple choice.
5.
Multiple
4.
choice.
I can provide that. Is it A, Yusef Kama, B, Gunnar Grimson, C, Nicholas Flamel, or D, Percival Graves?
A. Yusuf Kama.
That would be B.
B is correct for a point.
Really?
Very good. Last one.
All right, so Brandon, Hanna, so far, Christian, 7 points in this round. No steals on the table yet for Saul. See what happens in this last question. Brandon, for 2 points, your final question in the Wizarding world. What is the name of the Thunderbird who Newt travels to America to free in Fantastic Beasts, and where to find them?
That would be Frank.
As in Frank Janish, your old friend. 2 points for Brandon Hanna.
Wow, so Brandon Hanna has a phenomenal round. Only has to go to multiple choice once, but still does not miss. No opportunities for Saul to pick up points there. Sees himself with a 10-point lead. All right, here we go. So Kate Mulligan is here. The Den Mother is here with Saul, and here is the wheel. All right, Saul, you're up, and here is the spin.
Round and round it goes. The electronic wheel. Much lighter to put in my car.
The DCEU.
Spin again, please.
Spinning again away from DCEU. Here it is. Final spin. Got to take what you get here. Here's the spin.
Okay, Christian. Anything but Wizarding World, and he's got 5 questions.
He's got himself the MCU, Mark. He's got himself the MCU. All right, Saul, you got the MCU here. You got 5 questions in the world of the MCU. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, here we go. Saul, what name did Black Widow use while working undercover at Stark Industries in Iron Man 2?
Natalie Rushman.
Natalie Rushman.
Yes, it is. 2 points for Saul. All right. Saul, here is number 2. Who plays the criminal Max Gargan in Spider-Man Homecoming?
Michael Mando? Hey, Mando! Michael Mando, I think that's his name.
Michael Keaton.
It's incorrect for the 2-point steal, Brandon.
Logan Marshall Green.
You're looking for Michael Mando. Michael Mando was who we were looking for in that one. Here's question number 3. In Thor Ragnarok, an instrumental version of what Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory song is playing as Thor is restrained and getting a virtual tour of Sakaar.
That's a question. Wow. Nope.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Cheer Up Charlie, B, Pure Imagination, C, The Wondrous Boat Ride, D, I've Got a Golden Ticket?
Pure Imagination.
For 1 point, that is correct.
Come with me.
All right, so we now have question number 4, I believe.
Yep.
Question number 4, here we go. Which MCU film features performances by Derek Luke and Richard Armitage?
Captain America, the First Avenger.
For 2 more points.
Wow, really?
Here you go, Saul. All right, here we go, Saul. Last one. In Ant-Man, Hope Van Dyne and Darren Cross have forced Hank Pym out of his own company, which is named what?
Pym Technologies.
Pymtech is correct. All right. So we see ourselves at 19-16. See, Saul's a little mad at himself, but he is down by 3. He's down by 3, but that's still putting up a hell of a fight here against Brandon Hanna as we get into the 3rd and final round, Mark.
Yeah, Christian, I don't know that I'm so impressed with Brandon Hanna, but knowing nothing about Saul's ability, this is quite a shock to my system. The kid is playing magnificently, yet he still trails by 3 as we enter into round at number 3. This is the round that will determine the match, lest we go to sudden death overtime. Don't worry, our writers are prepared for that. So in round number 3, we're going to need a series of numbers from each competitor. We need 3 numbers from each of you, and those numbers can range between 1 and 15. Each number corresponds to a different corner of movie trivia Schmoedown Innergeekdom know-how. Your first question is worth 2 points. Your next one is worth 3 points. The last one, 5 big points. So here's how it works. We're going to get the numbers from Brandon Hanna first because he is currently enjoying a 3-point lead. So, Brandon, we're going to bring back your manager, Robert Meyer Burnett, for a little consultation should you require it.
And let me just do this first before that. Let me just make sure that I get... Okay, guys?
I'm just... my genius in getting you, Brandon, is once again, I'm just overjoyed at your performance, and I don't want to interrupt your flow. Your numbers are clearly yours, and I want you to get whatever you want.
All right, Brandon, with that, go ahead and take your numbers, please.
And I've been waiting a long time to say these numbers again. 4, 8, and 15.
4, 8, and 15 for the Hitman. All right, gentlemen, I'm going to drop you out for just a second here. And now let's bring back Kate and Saul. Saul, you got 3 numbers. Kate, anything you want to say, or you're good?
I just want to say to him, hey, Saul, don't beat yourself up about that one because guess who didn't steal it from you? You're doing amazing, kiddo. You got this.
All right, so Saul, go ahead. Pick your 3 numbers.
1, 2, 3.
Boom!
Wow,
Great
very
for Saul.
creative.
All right, going to drop Kate out here. Bring back Brandon Hanna. All right, Saul, so you have to try to avoid the TKO here. You are down by 3. You got to answer the first question. Here you chose category number 1. Your question is from DC movies. DC movies. Who portrayed Rorschach in Watchmen?
Jackie Earl Haley.
Yes, sir. 2 points. All right, Saul. So now you see yourself 1 point behind Brandon. It is 19-18. You will find yourself with your first lead should you hit your 3-pointer here in category number 2, bouncing it back and forcing Hanna to answer some questions. Here's your question. Back to the Future.
Okay.
What is the name of the principal at Marty's school in Back to the Future?
Strickland.
Strickland is correct.
right.
3 points for Saul as we now see him with a lead over Brandon Hanna. It is now 21-19. Brandon Hanna can tie the game here. He can tie the game if he hits his 2-pointer here, Mark, and he chose category number 4. Excuse me, category number 4, yes.
It was number 4, Christian. That is Jim Harbaugh's jersey number. And Brandon Hanna, you have selected by proxy weapons, tech, vehicles, and magical objects.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
And your question for 2 points to tie. What serves as the power source to Iron Man's various suits of armor?
Arc reactor.
The arc reactor.
He's a science buff, and so are you. We're tied.
All right, so now Brandon Hanna, we're going to stay with him, and he's got a chance to take back the lead here with his 3-pointer.
That's right. He selected number 8, Christian, and that's Cal Ripken's number.
Yep.
And that's going to correspond to the wild, wacky, wonderful, far outer space franchise known as Star Trek.
All right, well, here we go.
Okay, Brandon, your Star Trek question for 3 points. In Star Trek The Voyage Home, what is the name of the maneuver that the crew uses to make a ship travel back in time?
Time warp. No?
5, 4, 3.
The slingshot maneuver.
That is correct for 3 points. They slingshot around the sun, Christian, and Brandon Hanna finds himself 3 up on his competitor.
That was impressive. He took it down to the wire there. So now we find ourselves in a really, really fun position here because Saul has to hit his 5. If he hits his 5, he forces Brandon Hanna to hit his 5 and win the game. Saul's got to get it. It's the 5-pointer. It's a big one here. This is number 3 for Saul. Number 3 is what he chose. And Saul, you chose the category of the MCU. The category of the MCU, here is your 5-pointer. In the Avengers, what chemical element does Loki make Hawkeye steal, which will stabilize the Tesseract's power?
Palladium.
And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Brandon the Hitman Hanna. Looking for iridium. Iridium is the answer. Saul, hell of a game, man. Keep your head up. It was a great game. I got to drop you out here for a second, my man. You did it, Brandon, Hanna, Robert Meyer, Burnett. You did it. Hanna, listen, you said you were going to do it. You did it. You played great against a very, very game opponent in Saul. This was not a pushover. This is a guy that's going to be around. And you showed exactly what you've been preaching, man. That Star Trek pull was good. You had this smirk on your face like you knew this was going to happen. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I mean, of course I knew it was going to happen. I mean, Saul, he proved he's not a pushover. Yeah, except when he plays me, of course. But yeah, I mean, Palladium, wrong movie, buddy. Wrong movie. Great attempt. But you know what we call attempts in this league? Losses. So
well, there you go.
I'm ready to move on.
Oh, and you are moving on. You're gonna now face the winner of both Alex Damon and Jen Kemp. Very interesting circumstances there. I gotta ask you now, Robert. You made the move. You traded for Brandon Hanna, and it looks like it was the right move because I'm not taking anything away from Kate Mulligan. She saw something in Saul, and she was right. Saul played great, but Brandon Hanna was a little better today. I think it was over that 80%. How you feeling about your boy?
I have never seen such cool, fierce determination. He was never rattled. He never flinched. He just kept it together. It was an unbelievable performance. I'm so happy to have him on the Burning Droogs. And I have to say, I mean, this was the performance that I knew that we needed. This is the performance that is going to take this man right to the top of the Innergeekdom. I don't see anyone stopping him. Look at that performance. My God. I mean, you were like Ethan Hunt in the first Mission Impossible, descending down and being dropped above the floor. Unbelievable, but no sweat on your brow. Unbelievable.
Captain, once again, I said it to the beginning, and I got to give you credit, man. When everyone thinks that you're backed into a corner and saying that your trades are crazy and this and that, you find yourself with 3 more points here, Captain. The Burning Droogs, once again, look at those standings. You are jumping up the ranks here, my friend, and Brandon Hanna helped you do it today. Brandon, I got to ask one more question before we let you go here, unless Mark had something else after this. Who do you want in the next round? Do you want Damon or do you want Kemp?
Oh, I don't really care, honestly. I mean, it would be fun to play Alex Damon, only to shut up all the idiot fans who think he's gonna somehow take this tournament because he's a Star Wars champ and apparently he performed well in some exhibition match that doesn't even count. So I don't know. I'd love to play him to shut them up, but I mean, if it's Jen Kemp, I'd like to stick it to the usual suspects, especially after the way I've been mistreated by people like Andrew Guy and Janine the Machine in this league. I'm over it. I've burned a lot of bridges. Let's burn a few more. Why not?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Christian, I think Brandon pretty much answered my question, because I was going to say, after this win and you get to breathe a little bit, do you think you might try to take the gloves, maybe put them back on and not be so harsh on your fellow competitors and other people in the Schmoedown? Or do you think that because you got to win with that attitude that you're just going to keep this truck rolling?
Oh, I'm keeping the truck rolling 100%.
Hell yeah, you are.
2 questions today. Let's bring that down to 0 next time, and let's really make a statement.
Yeah, well, I mean, so look, you have both Kate Mulligan and Grace here, your former managers. Anything you want to say to them? Anything that you want to? I mean, I can bring them on if you'd like. If you'd like to say anything to them.
I'd like to see you do that. I think you should bring them on.
I'll bring them on. Anything you want to say here, Hanna, to both Grace and Kate?
Hi, Kate.
Hey, Brandon.
Well, don't you look like the biggest idiot in the Schmoedown right now? I mean, you already did. For the longest time, but wow. I mean, Robert Meyer Burnett just proving to be infinitely more wise than you or Grace. Grace just sits there with that smirk. I'm glad she showed up today, by the way, because she doesn't appear to show up half the time to any of your team's matches. So it's great that she was here for moral support, but it didn't really work too well. Yeah, so maybe if by some miracle Goddard can cheat his way to the finals, then maybe I can take out the den once and for all, and I'll be nice. I'll set up a nice retirement plan for you, Kate. Somewhere tropical, somewhere warm, but on a budget. You're going to have to put quarters in your own soda machine.
Oh my God, I would love to retire from this because people like you are just a pain in my keister. I'll tell you what, I want out. I do. I want out. If you can get me retired, that would be, honest to God, fantastic.
Well, as the Supreme Leader Snoke once says, I didn't think Skywalker to be so wise. We will give you the death that you desire, Kate.
Grace, anything you want to say before we let you go here? Grace?
Was that me? Oh, sorry.
No,
I mean, honestly, it's just Brandon, you sweet child. Watching you try to be cool and snarky is about as effective as watching Robert try to form a concise sentence. So thank you for that. That really cheered me up.
All right, I'm going to drop these guys back out here, too. Obviously, the bad blood is still there. But, Brandon, nonetheless, my friend, you are the winner here today. You have gotten 3 points for the Burning Druids. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to the captain here. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you. All right, Mark. That's exactly what we thought was going to happen when you put those all together. I have to tell you, I've been looking at Saul since this all ended, and he has not moved from that position. And Saul, look, man, we've known each other now for a little bit here with your days calling in. I will tell you this, as a fan of this league myself, and as the commissioner watching you, I know a loss stings. What I can tell you is that you proved yourself here today. You fought. You didn't guess on certain ones. You knew really hard answers. It was a tough 5-pointer. Kate, you gotta be feeling good about Saul in the IG.
I gotta tell you, Brandon says I look like an idiot. I think I still look like a genius. I think people aren't going to come out of this tournament talking about Brandon. They're going to come, or not out of this match, I should say. I think they're going to come out of it talking about Saul. Geez, that guy really knows something. Man, that was his first match ever. Let's not forget that. This is the first match he has ever played in the Schmoedown. And he stayed within 3 points of the greatest IG player, self-proclaimed greatest IG. Well, then guess what? If you're the greatest player there ever was, Brandon Hanna, guess who just hung with you? Guess who took you? And it was not a TKO. It's within 3 points. I look like a genius.
Grace, before we hear from Saul, how do you feel Saul played today?
I mean, I thought that was absolutely fantastic. He's coming in here. It's his very first match, like Kate said, and Kate has done a wonderful job helping him get ready for this. It is absolutely stunning to see that was his first match. Brandon's been like a techie in the corner, like crying for months and months and months. He could have never pulled that out of his butt on his first match. So I loved it. I thought it was great. I'm not at all worried. I'm not at all phased.
All right, Saul, I got to ask you, man. I can tell you're beating yourself up there a little bit. I know you wanted to come in here and get your first victory, but how are you feeling about your performance?
Awful.
What? All right, well, why? Why are you feeling awful?
Because tritium was what he was looking for in Spider-Man 2. Palladium is what he was trying to replace in Iron Man 2. And it was iridium in the Avengers. I knew that, and I jumped too quick.
Does it all?
I knew pure imagination. There's no reason I should have went to multiple choice.
Does it sting a little bit? Does it sting a little bit because it came against Brandon Hanna? Is that one of the?
I mean, would you want to lose to somebody like that?
I understand. I understand.
I can compliment Saul though, because when the Willy Wonka question happened, I knew it right away too. But even in my head, Saul, I'm thinking, I don't know the exact title of that song. I know what song it is, but I don't know the title. So I think it was a wise move to go to multiple choice. My question is not about why you lost, because against most competitors, you would have done enough to win. My question, just as a general first-time rookie competitor, did you feel pressure? You seem like a pretty unflappable guy. Did you get nervous, or were you pretty cool, calm, and collected as you appeared to be throughout the match?
Fear is part of my process. If I wasn't feeling nerves, I wasn't feeling afraid, then I would probably not do anything. So no, I feel fear all the time. I feel amazing amounts of fear leading up to this, and the next match I play, I'll feel the same amount. Controlling that fear is how I'm able to do anything. So yeah, no, I feel it. I mean, no one will know that, but
Well, that was my next question there, Saul. I think you answered it, is that a lot of times, you can see, we've seen a lot of people come in and out of this league after their first match. It's like, okay, I'm coming in here. I played good. Yeah, I don't know if this is for me. You already said after my next match. So I assume like you want to get back on the horse again and you want to play again.
Yeah. Yeah, when this whole quarantine thing ends and we all get out of Shawshank, I'll get on a Greyhound if I have to come out there. I haven't even gotten started. My first match had to be, in my spare room here on an iPad. It's not
Yeah,
not happy with my performance. And
I think you should be happy. Kate, you want to say something, Kate?
I just want to ask a question to the commissioners here. Sure. I put Saul in this tournament because I felt like he was a competitor that needed to be seen. Did I do the right thing?
I think you did. I think you did. I think you did the right thing. I think that Saul.
Does he not need to be seen?
Well, what did I tell you in the beginning of this match? I said that all Saul needed to do, even if he lost, was put up a fight, and he did that and then some. He took Brandon Hanna down to the 5-pointer. Brandon Hanna had to hit the 5-pointer in order to win the match, Brandon Hanna played great. Brandon Hanna today showed that all his talk is for real, because a Star Trek poll, you played against a guy that is a really great Innergeekdom competitor. I agree with what Mark said. I think that if you're going up against some of these other competitors, you're going to be giving a lot of people trouble here, and I think you should have your head high. I think that the Den should have their head high, because I think this was a good match, man. It was a good match. So
it's the best loss I ever had, Saul. I love this loss. It's the beginning of you. I'm going to remember this one. It's the beginning of you.
All right, Saul, listen, I wanted to thank you for your time here today. Thank you to Grace. Thank you to Kate. Sorry for the loss, but again, head up high, because this was a really well-fought match. And I'm telling you, I think you're going to find it. I think the fans are going to tell you afterwards. Sometimes you win by losing, and I think that might be the case here today for Saul. All right, thank you to Saul and to Grace and to Kate. Mark, look, there's no doubt about it. Brandon Hanna has said to everybody, hey, screw you guys. I'm doing what I want to do. And then Burnett turned and goes, yeah, screw everybody else. Let's go do it. And they proved that might be the attitude for them. However, I do think that we have found ourselves a new Innergeekdom star in Saul.
Without a doubt, Christian. I think that him representing the great city of New York, which from firsthand experience, just how tough-minded and how well that city can come back, I think that is going to be the backbone of Saul's next match, whenever that may be. He is not going anywhere. And like he said, I think that he would pull a Tom Connolly and walk across the country if he had to, because he clearly has the stuff to play, and he's got the competitive mindset necessary to get wins in this league. And then when you look at Brandon Hanna, Christian, I think I might have to unmute him from Twitter just to see how much he celebrates online, and then I'll mute him the next day for a period of time that has yet to be determined. Maybe he can win enough matches in this league and in this tournament to buy full-size posters for his bedroom.
You actually make a great point here, Mark, though, where you look at Brandon Hanna. There's something about him right now. It's awful what he's done to his friends. It's awful what he's done for people who have helped him out in the past. But it's like a car crash. You can't stop but watch it. It's like, what's he going to say next? Who's he going to go after next? What bridge is he going to burn next? But what he did in order to keep that going, he won. And when you win and you continue to do this, ask Andrew Guy, ask John Roca, ask Mike Kalinowski. When they talk and talk and talk, but you win, people start to listen. And that is one of the things that I think Brandon Hanna put his foot down. Now, he's either going to face Jen Kemp or Alex Damon. Should it be Jen Kemp, a new rookie, to come in here, and then Jen Kemp can make a name for herself? Maybe. If it's Alex Damon, he'll be facing an Alex Damon at 2-0 who hasn't lost in a very long time in a not including exhibitions. Could he be the guy to serve an L to Alex Damon finally? And I'm sure he would want to do something like that to make Roxy feel the pain.
Yeah, and you got to look at Alex Damon riding high because he won a live event, which is pressure-packed, as we know. And then Jen Kemp, maybe she can be another version of Saul, where you come in and sure, she's probably going to be nervous and have a level of anxiety, but can she channel that as well as Saul did today to get points on the board? And all you really want to do is get to round number 3, because Saul had an opportunity to really force Hanna and make him sweat a lot. He didn't get the TKO. Hanna didn't today. And look for the same type of match between Kemp and Damon. Christian, as our great friend Ozzy Osbourne would say, eventually all crazy trains go off the rails. How long can Hanna keep his on the track?
Well, we're going to find out soon because the Innergeekdom tournament is in full swing. All you have to do every Thursday, every Friday, check out youtube.com/the Schmoedown and watch the matches. And guess what? If you are a patron, you get a match on Monday or Tuesday, depending on your tier. You get the Thursday match before anybody else does. So make sure you sign up today. There's also exhibitions over there on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. If maybe there's something you like over at SCN Live Patreon. We have 2 patrons just for you guys. Head on over to either one. See what tier is right for you, as Mark Ellis says. Mark, hell of a match here.
Christian, as always, it was a pleasure to call them with you. It's good to see you virtually. Hope you and yours are staying safe, as well as everybody out there. Stay safe and stay distant during this difficult time, and hopefully we will be back in the studio soon to see these fireworks happen in person. We might have to break up a few physical skirmishes, but I think it's worth it because this league is going places, and it's about to hit new heights.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you to everyone out there. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you hit a like on this video. Thank you to the Den. And once again, congratulations to Brandon Hanna and the Burning Droogs. For Mark Ellis, I'm Christian Harloff. We'll see you next time.
Well, that was a really good match. I definitely enjoyed it. Yeah, Saul definitely surprised me. Saul did a much better job than I thought he was going to do. I mean, I thought it was going to be good. I didn't think it was going to be this good. But yeah, Saul really surprised me. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to beat that smirky mouth kid. I don't even think that's a term. But yeah, it wasn't enough to beat Brandon, the hot man, Hanna. And yeah, guess it's going to be a while until we get to see the Burning Droogs again. For more than just one reason. But whatever, this was a really great match. I definitely enjoyed it. But if there's one thing I've definitely learned this match is that this thing is really hot. And yeah, I've been sitting wearing this thing for about an hour, and I want to take it off now. So thank you guys for watching. Did you enjoy the match? Let me know if you care enough to do so, and I'll see you guys some other time. Goodbye for now. Hello again, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.